I'm Michelle John. I am the owner of Forest and Arden Cabinetry and All Arden Design Studio. All of our cabinetry is made by the Amish, and we have been working with them since 2000. However, they have been in business for generations. So we are looking at true artisans of millwork and anything that is built in. We do have some master installers as well that are in-house and ones that have been working from all over around the world with some of the best cabinets that you will ever find. So there are different tiers of wood species that we work with, and that is what transfers over to the price of cabinets. So if you're working with a walnut or a cherry, it's going to be different price than if you were working with a white oak, and then the cuts of the white oak, of the way that you slice up the log. So if it's rift cut, plain sawn, or quarter sawn, that affects the price of your cabinets. So what we do is we put together a full design concept for you. And I help put together, based off of the measurements and the homeowner's needs, a full bid. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the design process. I have 3 different ways that I currently will work with an architectural drawing or create my own drawing. And I use SketchUp, or I can use Mosaic, and we can use any CAD program. So I'll take your measurements and talk with you and figure out what your needs are that are special in the bathrooms, or you need additional drawers, you like larger drawers, heavier weight drawers, whatever it may be for your kitchen area, your pantry. And then I custom draw everything according to what you've shared with me. So sometimes we go through a couple of refining processes. We'll put the first one together, and then we'll go through it in detail. And then I come up with whatever changes we need. And if that's not exactly what you want, we have one more refining process that's included in your initial bid. So that's part of the way that it works. And the other part that affects your pricing with us is the wood type, the stain, and then the sheen, and number of drawers. So let's talk about the sheen. If you're a 20% sheen, which is standard, has a little bit of a shine to it, those are a little bit easier. And if you want to go down to a 5% sheen, costs a little bit more, goes through about 4 more refining processes to make it matte. So that's why you'll see it a little bit more expensive with the matte. And as far as the stain colors, if we add just a little bit more color, it allows us to finesse the wood so we can get a better tonality throughout the whole piece of wood. One piece of wood may absorb the stain differently than if it was you're putting together different. So from logs, if you take one log, you're going to have multiple colors because it's natural and it absorbs things differently. So the stains get absorbed different. So what we do is we come up with the color that you like, we get it approved, and then we will go to work for you. Okay, let's talk about the insides of the cabinets. Our cabinets are different. Most you'll find are being made with, most have a little bit of a plywood, or they're using particle board. We don't use particle, we're straight plywood. Some of it you will find being 3/4 inch or 5/8 inch. Back's usually a little bit thicker. So the front of it in the cabinetry, the way that they're made, is the doors will have an overlay, which means if it's a 1/2 inch overlay, you'll see about a 1/2 inch going around the frame before the door sits on it. If the smallest amount, the more expensive, is to do like 1/8 of an inch, and that's a very tiny thin line of the back of the cabinetry that's seen. Perhaps you've heard of inset cabinets. So inset cabinets are when the door goes inside of the frame of the cabinet. So it fits perfectly within the allowance of the space. So those do cost a little bit more. They are a timeless look, but a lot of people actually really love them. I think they're gorgeous. They do take a little extra time, but a lot of deep care and precision down to sometimes a 32nd of an inch. So anyway, these are just a few things that are really important when you start to design a cabinet. You really, as a cabinet maker, need to understand the details of how they're built, if they're doweled or dovetailed, or how the wood is put together. We don't staple anything with our cabinets, and everything is finely tuned, put together with perfection. So you can keep that in mind as you use us as your Amish cabinet company. And I put together the full design package for you, and we have the install. And so all the drawings and the samples of wood and the stains are something that I do for you as well. So we would love to work with you. Give us a call. We can work anywhere in the United States. And we just come out and we'll measure for you. We can work directly with the client or with the builders. And we work with other designers and supply you with what you may need to present to your clients. So please contact us. We would love to talk with you, and look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.